Hi guys, Cameron here and welcome to another video. This is a video which, as you can see roughly on this bed, is me going through all of my miniatures. Absolute everything that is unpainted, unbased, not finished. Lots of it is still in its box, some of it is just built. And this is what a lot of people would call a pile of shame video. I call this a pile of opportunity, but that's because it has the opportunity to look good. It just doesn't look good yet. We're going to go through absolutely everything. I did this back in 2022 and 2023, I think it was. Missed 24, this is 25. I always said I was going to do a 24. And we counted pretty much just how many miniatures I had total. In 2023, it came out to roughly 1,500 miniatures that were in my cases, unbuilt, unpainted, lots of which are still like that. So yeah, well, lots of which aren't though, and I have bought a lot more since. So yeah, we're going to spend the next, let me check, probably about 45-50 minutes of your time, probably about the next 3 hours of mine, counting. We'll see how it goes. I want you to, in the comments below, I've had 1,500 minis last time. I've painted over 400 minis this year. How many minis do you think I have left over? In terms of, like, now. How many do you think I have? I think this is all my miniatures in one double bed. I think it's all of them. We'll certainly see. There'll be a lot of cuts. There'll be a lot of talking. There'll be some of me showing. And there'll be a lot of counting on my part. We're not going to sit here and be like, 1, 2, or at least you're not, I am. So, yeah. Let's smash cut this, and this is going to be a long one for you, Cameron, to edit. Sorry, future Cameron. So, let's smash cut, and we will get started. Okay, to start off with, we have got my currently on my painting desk sort of thing. Now, this is only my miniatures, commissions don't come into it or anything, this is what I own. And yeah. So I'm currently trying to do the War of the Warhammer box set, which, absolutely fantastic. I've also got a couple of unpainted models. They can go in my D&D pile, actually, because they are D&D models. So, I've got a couple of unpainted miniatures here, which are from the War of the Warhammer stuff. Inside the box, there is 48 warriors, and what is it? It's 4 per side of heroes. So 52, 56 minis. 56 minis in the one box. Plus then I've got extra heroes and I've made Traitor Rohan. There's the Snow Troll, and on my painting desk is a unicorn. So 48 plus plus 35 models. Now, this is not necessarily going to be an exact science. I have my iPad here. We said that there was 56, and then we are going to add on the extra models. So, finally, one out of the way. Okay, next, after that being what's on my current painting desk, we are going to go on to box games. I have got quite a few of them. I've got Hero Quest, new and old, plus a load of expansions. 2 copies of Space Hulk. I've got Lord of the Rings: The Fellowship of the Ring, Combat Arena, Walking Dead, and Gangs of Kimura, all here. Give me a minute, and we'll see how many there are.
So there's 16 gangs. 6, 18, and Walking Dead. 5, 9.
Okay, so after all my box games and my War of the Rohirrim stuff, there is 354 miniatures. That's right, 354 in box games and the War of the Rohirrim stuff. So, that's wonderful. What I'm going to do is going to put this away. We're going to come back and we're going to get on to my, what I'm going to call, Warhammer collection. We'll probably do D&D to start off with, because that's a few minis and we can get rid of them. And then I think it is just Games Workshop from there. 354 minis before we hit Games Workshop, on the most part. Wonderful. Let's get going then. This is going to be awful. So I tell you what, I'm going to get onto the cases first, because they live up here and they can get off the bed and we can have lots of things, lots of space. Now, you might be thinking to yourself, going through this case, you might be thinking to yourself, Cameron, you've got 300 and, 54 models. Why? When you don't paint them, you don't play them, like, why are you bothering keeping them? And the answer to that is because I can. I enjoy this hobby. I don't plan on buying too much every so often. It's kind of Lord of the Rings is kind of what I buy now. And I enjoy it, and I do paint an awful lot. As I said, I've painted 400 minis this year so far. So I'm not expecting to get through this at any point. I mean, there's a Smaug. Can you see him? Yeah, there's a Smaug just here. I said I was going to paint him in 2024. Never happened. Didn't even take him out of the box. Well, I actually put a model inside that box. The little invisible Bilbo. He doesn't count. But I'm okay with this amount of models. Not everyone is, and that's totally fair. This is my hobby. This is my life. I literally go to work so I can do stuff like this. This is just what I do. But anyway, in this box, how many do we have?
21.
30. 30 models in that box that are unpainted. Not too bad. Yeah, not too bad. We're going to go into an apocalypse case. How many do you think are in this that are unpainted? These cases do have painted stuff in it. So, 384 minis. Let's see. So, in the apocalypse case, there was only 130 unpainted models, most of which were Riders of Rohan. I have got an incredible amount of Riders of Rohan. It is honestly insane. So total, that should make it 484 models unpainted in my collection. We have got now Crusader case. In this one, there is a bunch of painted stuff. We've got full painted, what are they called? Rangers of Mirkwood army. We've got my Iron Hills that are painted. More Rohan. Wonderful. That's a fully painted Dale army in there, as well as some cowboys. So, what's this? 3 layers? Hey, that doesn't even have anything in it. Wonderful, only 2 layers. This isn't going to be too bad for a Crusader case then, considering a lot of it is painted. And like, my plan, when it comes to it, after I've done this, is to do, if we're calling this a pile of shame. Pile of shame, because it's shameful to have this many models that are unpainted and all this sort of jazz. I don't think so, I don't mind it. But what I'm planning on doing after this is a pile of fame. So I'm going to get all the models out that I've painted for specific systems each. I'm going to lay them out on a table, do a very similar video to this, and we're going to count them. So how many models do I have painted versus how many models do I have in my pile of shame. Now, we've already counted, what was it, 484 models. I've only painted 400 this year, so that's already 84 models deficit. Some people try and do a hobby positive in the sense of you need to paint more than you buy or paint more than you have and that sort of stuff. I'm not doing that. I just want to paint and clear as much of my backlog as I possibly can. So let's count this Crusader case. Like I say, some cowboys for a game called Dead by Lead. And then, obviously, because it's me, some Rohan. I'd like to point out, I don't own a Rohan army. I own Rohan models. I don't own a painted Rohan army. And, oh, where's the box? It's under there. It's under a load of stuff. I own a shed load of Rohan. I think I own about 80 to 100 riders of Rohan alone. So yeah, let's get going, and I'll count these 2 foam slots, and then that'll be all my cases, apart from my Blackstone Fortress cases. Give me a minute. We'll count. Sweet. There was 17 models in this Crusader case. 17 unpainted. There was about 3 armies in there completely painted, if not slightly more. But that is a Crusader case. What is it? Apocalypse case. The old style Crusader case. And all my board games. Done. So 17 models in that, which brings our total to some amount, and hopefully, if I remember correctly, I'll edit it someplace. Maybe in like this bottom corner. Where is it? This bottom corner, that's what I'm looking for. Right. That being said though, we go on to other game systems. I've got... Tell you what, let's start with Age of Sigmar. 1 single box. It is easy to build. Skaven Vermis Spiteclaw Swarm. It is the what you call it? Warhammer Underworlds sprues. They were made to order. They're in grey plastic, not the brown that they originally came in. And I bought these because I really enjoy Underworlds, really enjoy Skaven. Thought I'd buy these so I could paint them up slightly better. So that's an extra 5 models there. We'll see if I remember to edit down here. 40k though. 40k I've got to split it up into 2 things. We have got some Necromunda. We've got some of the Imperium and Combat Patrol magazines. We've got some Marines. And then we've got my absolute favourite, some Kroot. So, give me a minute. Let me count completely. And we'll figure that out. We'll do Necromunda first.
10, 16, 17, 18,
That was easy. 19 models. In what should we call it? My magazines. I've got somebody, Necron dude. Can't remember who it is. Big dude. Got him. So that's 1. We got 6 Nids, Von Ryan's Leapers, whatever they are. So that's 7 in the magazines alone. We'll throw in Sergeant Jovan and Lieutenant Amulius, whatever they're called. There we go. So what was that? That's 7, 9 total. Okay, so that should bring us to 534 minis, according to this. 534 currently. Now I just need to count my Kroot. In here, there is a 3D printed Greater Narlock. Thank you very much, David. There is a shed load of Kroot plus, yeah, just the old Kroot. And then got my Kroot hunting pack. Thank you to Kelpie Games for this sponsorship. Video not sponsored. If I remember, might as well put my ad read in here. Cheers, Kelpie. So, Kelpie Games, who are they? They are a local gaming store up in the north of Scotland. You can see all their stuff in the background. They have a number of different games, systems, hobby materials. You can play games there for a very easy kind of day. It's absolutely fantastic. They have got a Facebook, Discord, and you can just buy things from them from Google. Please check them out. They are Kelpie Games, and they have sponsored today's video. Right, I need to count Kroot. Be back in a sec. Okay, there is 55 Kroot. That's not as bad as I thought it was. It can't be right. There's more than that. It's 55 in one box. Let's do the maths. 70, 81, 82. It's 82 Kroot. That makes more sense. It's 26 in one box. 82 Kroot, bringing our total, if Cameron remembers here, to be 616 models. 616, and we're just about to do D&D. This, which you can't really see, is, to be fair, I've missed out my Blackstone Fortress for the 40k. That's because they go in front of everything, so they're going to go in last, I think. D&D, right. My cowboys were involved with that, or they should have been because they're 3D printed. But I've got a bunch of things here which are also 3D printed. A couple of characters of my friends' characters. And then a bunch of pirates, skeleton pirates for there. And Wizard of Oz monkeys, winged monkeys. Fun little thing from Reaper Miniatures they do, or Reaper Bones, sorry, Reaper Miniatures, whatever, yeah, I suppose. They do Wizard of Oz stuff. I just thought it was kind of cool. Might do a wee diorama of that or something at that point. These were in a goodie bag ages ago, and they do the rest of the line, so I thought I might pick them up. But I'll quickly count these. These shouldn't be too bad. So, whoosh. Alright then, there was 34 D&D minis. 34. Not as many as I thought. I'll give myself that. That's the right term. That does bring us to 650 models exactly. Before we start counting Middle-earth SBG, which, presumably if you're here, you know that that is my game system. So, yeah. This is going to be... Oh, there's more 40k! Forgot about my Elysians. Cheers, Gary. Paints on a 20 up. Go follow him on Instagram. Yeah, so 650 currently. Any of you guys rethinking your numbers? And if you are, go comment below again. Get my engagement up. Go on. Get that up. And we'll figure it out. Like, comment, subscribe. We'll do this halfway in between. Follow me on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter. X, whatever it is. Follow me on Instagram, because that's actually where I post and give a shit about things. So, yeah. Do all that malarkey. Next, though, we'll move on to Middle-earth SBG. And tell you what, to get it over and done with, and out the way, 2 models live in here. And not because one of them is Invisible Bilbo, because Invisible Bilbo is going on Smaug's base. In here, there is a Bilbo that I'm putting on a separate base, because you get a separate base with him. So 2 models. I paid £345, if I remember correctly, for him. After the COVID lockdown lifted and all that sort of jazz. Been in that box since. I think he looks pretty there, don't you? Should maybe get round to him at some point. Maybe. Probably not. What's it matter? Right, Mordor. Got a winged Nazgul to start off with. That's going in a diorama, along with 2 hobbits and Gollum. Eventually that's going in a diorama, but it counts, so let's get counting. Mordor. And my Mordor then. Not going to forget him this time. This is my Mordor troll. Forgot about him for a while. He makes it 33 models in my Mordor box. So 33 getting added to that tally, hopefully. We'll see how that goes. One box down. Now, in that shelf there's a method. Method to the madness. So, Harad go in first, at which point you can then start piling things on top of it. Now, Harad, absolutely fantastic. Love me some Harad, love me some Mummoks. So I've got 2 brand new in box, just here. Not only do I have those 2, but I have another 2 in here, along with all my Harad warriors. So, I'll leave my Mordor just sitting there. Gonna be honest, this is how I feel. About counting, at least. Right. Let's count Harad. 787. Not just Harad. 102 Harad. Fine. 787. Cameron, editing Cameron. Down here. 787. You rethinking those numbers yet? You sure? Let's count these ones together. We've got 20 see-through Warriors of the Dead. We have another 20 see-through Warriors of the Dead. We have the King and his Heralds, see-through Warriors of the Dead. It's 43 models. A Balrog, 44. Another Balrog and Gandalf. 45 models. Add that to your tally and smoke it. Another 45 models. Jesus Christ, Cameron. Right. Rohan. What, you thought all my Rohan was in here? Yeah, no. Got a whole other box. Do you want to hear what this one sounds like? Let's get my microphone right down in there. Oh, yeah. Let's get counting. Yay. That's another 66 from here. 18 of which are Rohan riders. So let me just pull everything that I need to. Right, we're getting there. Said I'd forgotten about some Elysians. So we've got both trucks. That's 2. We've got 6. What are they? Rocket launcher dudes? Yeah, so that's 8. And then we've got 2, 3 sniper teams. So that's another 6. So another 14 models. Jesus, these are just adding up. So that's 14. We're now at, let me do my calculations. $912 models. 912 so far. It's not looking too bad. I'll, credit where credit's due, Cameron. That's definitely better than it was 2 years ago. Not much better, but it's better nonetheless. And, we should praise when we should. Beornings. 10 of them. Let's add that in. 922. Now, what I've got here is I've got diorama of Get Off the Road. That's just one. That's a full model. I'm okay with that. We've then got some Azog's Legions, Elves, Gondor, Dwarves, Iron Hills. Ha! Star Wars Legion. You know when you just forget that you play a game. Right. Let's pause Middle Earth. Let's put a pause in it. We'll do some Star Wars Legion. Most of this stuff isn't even playable.
We have had a long break. It is now 11 o'clock at night. I started filming this, I think, about 12. It's been a long time. I've played D&D, I've done loads of stuff, I've counted loads of things. So I've now counted Star Wars Legion, at which there was 45 models in it. I've counted my Gondor, which there was 36 models in. I've counted Azog's hunters and elves, which there was a number, and I've counted Blackstone Fortress. Now that has taken us to 1,118 models. Yeah. 1,118 models. Okay, so we have got my hobbits still to do. We've got my dwarves, Iron Hills, Thorns Company, and we've got my fellowship still to do. Jesus Christ, that fellowship was insane. Right, we're getting there. Let's do my hobbits first. Right. And oh, there's even some Lake Town. Bards, kids. There's not much in this one. Kind of there, mainly a few minis each. So let's get going. 1,118. Let's get going with this. Okay, there we go. So there was 24 hobbits in here. 24 hobbits, which can they be put up there? They can. 24 hobbits, all been counted, and then we have got my fellowship. This one is slightly more fuller. There you go. Thing, and sorry, after 24 hobbits, one should be down here, 1,136. And now we've got the fellowship models, and Gollum, because he's in there. It's the Quest for Mount Doom, not the Quest for Mount Doom, the Mount Doom ones where Frodo's like holding it over the edge, so it's just a 3-pack that's in there, which makes sense. Right, let's get going with the fellowship. We will count them, and then I'm leaving it to my Iron Hills purely because that is a bigger one. We're on 1,136. I reckon we might get 1,300. I reckon we will. We'll see. Comment down below. I'll give you plus minus 10. I'm guessing 1,300 plus minus 10. Right, fellowship. Let's get going. Okay, fellowship done. There was, what did I count it as? 57 models in there. 57 fellowship models. That is insane. 17 of which were just Gandalf. And do you want to know a weird thing? He's not the only Gandalf. Because there's another one in here with Thorns Company. There's another one in here with Thorns Company. Jesus. So that gets us to 1,199 models. So we're one model off the 1,200. Do I think that there is another 101 models in there, plus minus 10? I don't think so. Maybe. There's 15 in there, because that's Thorne's company. There's quite a few in here, so what did I say? 1,199. This is Mithril miniatures. My friend Darren buys me these, which I love them, and I really need to start painting them. And David, Gary, potentially Darren, screw you. You're not going to be able to see it, I don't think, but in here there is a mini rubber duck. my friends and I hide these all over each other's houses. So fuck you two, whichever one of you three it was. That is, I don't know when the last time I opened this was. But there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 models in here, which includes a Gandalf. So yeah, gorgeous models. There's even a Beorn. Goblin King, I think, looks quite funny. Right, stop looking at your models, Cameron. So, what did I say? 15, 9, and then to show you my Iron Hills. This is how I keep my Iron Hills. Shall we listen to how this sounds? Yeah, that's Iron Hills. 1,199. Is there 101 models in this Iron Hills lot? Let's count. I'll be back in 20 minutes. And there we have it. The last models have been counted. And I can tell you that the official count is not a round number. I'm also not including the wee rubber duck. It's not a nice number. Last time, comment down below, lock it in, lock in that number. 1,274. It's not a round number. So down here, editor Cameron, 1,274. So I wasn't correct with my 1,300. How close did you get? Let's play this game together. Get my engagement going. So that is Games Workshop. That's Avalon Hill with Hero Quest. That is whoever it is that does the Walking Dead. That's Mithril Miniatures. Darren, you've not only bought me The Hobbit Mithril Miniatures. I said there was 2 models in here. I said there was Smaug and Bilbo. And, well, Smaug. I'll claim that Smaug, his body. And there is Bilbo. So that is the 2 models. That was the 1,274. But Darren, you have bought me Smaug. You have bought me a Mithril Miniatures Smaug. You have bought me 1,275. 1,275. That is a large number. It's not as large as the previous edition, which was 1,500. But I have also painted 400 models this year, which, now I'm not good at maths, but if I painted 400 models this year, then 1,500 take away 1,275 is 225. So I bought a lot of models. And then I had a full other year of painting, so I bought a lot of other models. Some of them were donated. All the goblins were donated. The 300 goblins I painted, the 200 goblins, whatever it was, I painted, they were all donated, so actually that's not too bad. Yeah, okay. It's a lot of models. Bedtime for me. 1,275 models. That's how many I have in my pile of shame, pile of potential, pile of opportunity, whatever you're going to call it. I'm okay with that because this is my hobby. This, not just collecting, but obviously painting. It's something I enjoy doing. I do it most nights. In fact, I have missed one day of hobbying this year. That's it, one day. And it was in January, if I remember correctly. I've hobbied every day, one way or another, since then, which is absolutely insane. So of course, I'm going to have lots of models. And that's okay with me. I'm alright with it. Would I like less models next year? Of course I would. Would love to have more models painted, less models in the backlog, that sort of stuff. But it is what it is. If that doesn't happen, that doesn't happen. I'm okay with that. I suppose the other thing to say is I want to do this video every year, but I also want to do my pile of fame. Now, that is potentially my next video, if I can record it in time and everything. And I suppose the question is, how many models do you think I have in my pile of fame? Okay, so this is models that I've painted 100% completed. So even in my Blackstone Fortress I have some of those models. The full core game is painted along with some of the expansions. So how many models do I have in my pile of fame? That add to your comment down below. Just be like painted : that number, and then that'll be the last time that I ask you to engage in this video, apart from when you like and subscribe to it obviously, but you've already done that because I asked you that half an hour ago. And actually, I suppose that is a thing. This video probably has gone on for half an hour, 45 minutes for you. It's been a day and a half in the making for me, and probably got another hour of editing, just like trying to chop and change and everything, and add the music in, and this number is probably gone by now, which is fine. But yeah, what else to say other than thank you? If you've stuck around this far, appreciate it. Why did you bother? I don't know. But thank you, everyone, for doing. In that case, won't keep you any longer. Like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Instagram, follow me on Facebook, follow me on X, follow me on Threads, follow me on OnlyHands, send a letter to your gran saying thank you for life, and if she's ever given you any Warhammer, send that. Go follow Paints on a 20 up, go follow Paints on a 7 up, go follow Paints on a 3 up, follow my painting crew on Instagram. Some of us paint, post more often, some of us don't, but yeah, thanks. Use my affiliate links down below. Element Games, Noble Night Gaming, Magic Madhouse, there's loads of them, but by all means, go to Kelpie Games. Kelpie Games sponsor me, however, they do not give me any affiliate stuff. I support them because I want to put food on Dylan's table. Dylan's my friend, I'm his godfather. Sorry, I'm not his godfather, I'm his godfather to his kids. I want their kids to eat. So actually, screw affiliate links, don't use them. Go to Kelpie Games. Get him the business so he can then feed his kids and keep his lights on. I think that would be pretty sweet. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care, and bye-bye.